What's up, people? It's Kimara Geek 1990. Welcome to part 9 live stream of Honkai Star Rail. Now, I know I was supposed to do this live stream yesterday, but I had to stay longer at work, so unfortunately, I couldn't live stream yesterday. And it was gonna happen again today. So I assume I was going to be able to live stream, but luckily I was able to leave work an hour early than the time that I did stay my job yesterday, so I got here on time to actually do it today. Otherwise, you will probably have to wait until Saturday for this live stream. But luckily, we're here now. So, I think the last live stream, it was just, you know, nothing but side quests. Side quests. There's a shit ton of more side quests. But, as of today, we only have like 3 of the purple side quests that we're going to focus on. And afterwards, we can, continue on with the main story. And not only that, we're gonna be doing some pulls. At least maybe 50 pulls in total. In total. So, yeah. So if you're new to this live stream, new to this channel, or gonna watch the video once this live stream ends here, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Give this video awesome thumbs up. Also, I appreciate if you share this video to other people. Let them know about my channel, the live streams I do, gameplay recording, short reel videos, or anybody who's into open world games, or anybody who's into any Hotoverse games, like this one specifically, or Genshin Impact, or Impact. No, Honkai Impact. I was about to say that incorrectly. Any of those games. Send them my way. Without any further ado, let's get to it. I have been playing this game the past few days, but that's only to do, like, you know, the daily missions and stuff. And I got to rank 30, Trailblade 36. So I've been also, you know, upgrading my characters as well. What was it? That's not what I wanted to do. Let's actually focus on Claire. Oh.
The thief has stolen parts again? How am I going to track down this crook? Oh, it's you! There have been a few unusual thefts in the dwelling over the past few days. The vagrants say that the parts they worked so hard to obtain have completely vanished. They're worried that there's a thief in the dwelling. Despite our investigations, no one has been able to track down the thief. What's even stranger is that the thief appears to be only interested in stealing parts and doesn't care about other valuable items. The vagrants had no choice but to ask Mr. Svarog to look into it, but he still hasn't found anything. I investigated the matter myself, but I came up empty-handed. Jeez. I'm baffled. What a strange... Are you also here to look into this case? Perhaps if we work together, we can uncover some clues that I missed. Oh, I heard the vagrants on patrol last night ran across the thief again, but I haven't had time to look into it. Should we... Seeing you so fired up has me excited too.
Rarely affectionate.
Sir, how are you? I heard you saw the thief who stole the parts last night. Can you tell us what happened?
Ah! Oh, Clara, it's you. I thought it was... You scared the living daylights out of me. I did see the thief last night, but who is this person next to you?
This nickname is a bit embarrassing.
You mean a bit embarrassing?
Detective! I see. You're here to help catch the thief. It's great that there are more people here to solve this case. Hold on. I'll explain what happened last night. Just let me get... Okay. So, last night, I was on patrol when I bumped into the thief stealing the parts. Then I just...
You just what?
I'm sorry. Last night was just so terrifying. I'll continue. I was cold and hungry while on patrol last night, so I decided to return to the dwelling and heat up some leftover canned food for a snack. But when I entered the tent, the thief's silhouette scurried across my vision. I couldn't see the thief's face because the tent was so dark, but I could tell he wasn't a nice guy. Because when he turned to flee, he swung a knife right across my face. In that moment, I really thought I was going to die. I could feel the blades chill on my cheeks and smell its rusty scent. The weapon that fella had was definitely a metal one. That's the only thing I'm certain of. Also, I saw the outline of him in the dark. The fella's head was absolutely square! Yes, you heard me, square! Can you believe that? Someone with a square head? It was truly terrible!
Oh, you're right. I see. I'll jot it down. Sir, please take a deep breath. So, the thief was armed with a metal weapon and had a, square head, correct?
Yes! That's correct!
I'm struggling to make sense of these clues. Do you have any thoughts?
I'm sorry. I was too scared. What?
It seems that's everything. We now know one of the culprit's physical traits, and that he is extremely violent. But how can we track him down?
Yes! I remember something! While the culprit was hurrying to escape, he knocked something over. He may have left some clues or something.
This is a crucial clue. Let's go investigate the crime scene together.
I think he ran that way. No one has touched the crime scene, so any traces he left behind should still be there. Please, catch the thief for us.
I'll be right back.
Go. Wanna spar? Go. Huh? Go. Wanna spar?
All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Take a look at these marks. These are very suspicious. Could they have been left by the culprit? They point in that direction. Let's go take a look. And look at these. How unusual. They don't appear to have been left by a human. The tracks stop here. I guess we'll have to look around for other clues. This is where the mechanical waste is disposed of, though. Could it be? Oh, okay. Let's split up. Wait, what's that noise? It's a tiny robot? Is it searching for something? But I don't remember Mr. Svarog issuing an order like this. It looks like it's carrying the vagrant's missing part and those tracks and metal scratches we noticed earlier. Yes, this robot model probably doesn't have any kind of metal weapon. This small robot doesn't appear to be a Bellobob creation. It looks like it's been welded together from random scrap metal materials. Ah! It's noticed us!
Human. Injured. No. Hurt. Please don't.
I don't understand what it's saying, but it doesn't appear to be trying to flee or attack us. It appears to be trying to say something. Human, please, don't hurt. Is it trying to say, please don't hurt me, human?
Human. Parts. Rivet. Need. Repair. Need. Town. Parts. Need. Hurt. Don't.
It appears to have a malfunction, but I think I can understand it. It seems that it needs these parts, and it's begging us not to hurt it. I've never seen a robot with this kind of malfunction before. What happened to it? Although the small robot appears to want to communicate, its speech is all scrambled. Perhaps there's an issue with its language module. This little guy probably can't understand what we're saying either.
Run. Escape. Open. Fire. Workshop. Chase. Don't.
It's running away! No, we can't let it escape. It still has the... What should we do? We gotta stop it. But please don't be too rough on it. I'll figure out a way to...
Hurt. Pain. No. Hurt. Don't. Pain. Suffer. Sorry. Parts. Sorry.
What a headache.
Nap time.
I need to be brave.
Eliminating threat.
Sorry. Hurt. Suffer. Pain. No. Pain. Sorry. Sorry. Pain. Hurt. Sorry. Suffer. Sorry. Sorry. Pain. Sorry. Ouch. Pain. Sorry.
Why?
Sorry. Pain. Suffer. Sorry.
It seems to have stopped working. Was it begging for mercy? I'm not sure what happened either. I feel bad about this. I guess we should return this little fella and the parts. I think I can... I'll repair it. And if I can't, I'll ask Mr. Svarog for help. He always knows what to do.
Initiating assessment of the robot's condition. Please wait, Clara.
While Mr. Svarog is assessing this little fella, let's give it a quick checkup ourselves. This paint job and these custom parts, and the way the parts are attached, it's all quite strange. But one thing is for certain. This little fella is not under remote control. He's operating entirely of his own accord. Its design is, well, unique. I've never seen a robot with a design like this before. It really seems like something that was thrown together rather quickly. Its creator most likely didn't consider whether the system would function properly or not. Is it a failed robot pet creation that has been abandoned? But if it's a pet, then why would it gather parts itself? that some vagrants in the dwelling keep the little robots they find as pets. Some vagrants also make modifications to their pets, which they call pet upgrades. Pets like that are pretty rare, but some of the folks who have them have formed a small community to share ideas. Some are interested in nurturing robots. Others force them into battle. If my memory serves me right, the parts this little fella stole were originally designed for that kind of pet upgrade. The vagrants, or to be more accurate, the majority of the people in the underworld, regard robots as nothing more than tools. But I disagree. Robots have their own thoughts and feelings. It's great that you understand what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I just suddenly felt some strong emotions. Let's get back to work on repairing the small robot. This jack's placement is odd. The chip is buried deep inside. If you don't look closely enough, you won't even find it.
Assessment of the robot's condition is complete. The shell damage is estimated to be 98.2%. The assessment concludes that a total recovery is impossible. It is recommended that the robot's external shell be removed and replaced, while keeping the outer circuitry and related transmission devices.
You can always rely on Mr. Svarog to come up with a brilliant idea. So, I guess we'll have to go find a new robot shell to fix it, right? I'm not sure if anyone sells this kind of thing. However, there must be some robot shells lying around the machine graveyard. Everyone calls it a graveyard, but there are actually lots of useful parts buried there. I'm gonna return the parts to the vagrants first. Then I'll check on the little fella. Can I trust you to find a shell in the machine graveyard, Big? Really? You could have what it takes to be a prospector. Then, I'll entrust this task to you, Big Brother. Look for Toby at the front entrance. His appearance is crude, but he's the robot most familiar with the machine graveyard. Just follow Toby.
Hello, guests of Miss Clara. Please do as you wish. It's my honor to serve. Miss Clara has assigned me the task of planning your sightseeing route in the machine graveyard. I will guide you down the path. Would you like to engage in super speed mode? If so, please confirm by spinning counterclockwise 10 times, then clockwise by 270 degrees.
Troublesome.
Stay back, Clara.
Don't mess with me. This battle is unavoidable. Time for a shot.
I need to be brave. I want to protect everyone too. Mr. Svarog.
Hide.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. I'll end your misery. dark side needs targets.
We have arrived at our first destination. This model is known as the Dire Wolf, and was scrapped after it sustained piercing damage during a battle with another robot pet, which caused the chainsaw's fuel tank to burst.
Robot pet battles sound a little frightening. The inside of the armor is a total mess due to being melted by the heat. Unfortunately, it appears to be useless.
We are on our way to the second destination. Please take a seat, buckle up, and hold tight. Caution! You have exceeded the speed limit. Please obey Bellabog traffic laws. On the road, safety is the top priority. We have arrived at our second destination. This module is called the Beetle, which is the same as mine. This machine was scrapped because it accelerated erratically for 7.1 kilometers after it incorrectly interpreted a command, causing the engine to catch fire and the core module to melt down.
That is such an odd reason to be scrapped. However, the shell appears to be in good condition, so I'll bring it.
Your trip has concluded. Please keep an eye out for vehicles approaching from the back or sides, as well as enemies and automaton. Your trip has concluded. I appreciate you putting your trust in Toby. A 5-star review for this trip has been automatically generated for you. You're welcome.
Clara, it's time for a break. You shouldn't repair machines when you have negative emotions. It's bad for your physical and mental health.
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog. Oh, you're back already. How did it go? Did Toby help you? This shell. It doesn't appear to be the same design as this, but it shouldn't matter. The structures of these small robots are nearly identical. Thank you for bringing this to me. I finished extracting that chip from the small robot. Now, all that's left to do is move all this circuitry into the new shell. Although its appearance has changed a lot, I think we did a good job. But what I just did... Is it any different from those pet upgrades that the vagrants perform?
Not compatible. Incompatible?
Huh? It's making a
Incompatible.
What's going on? Is it
Incompatible. Incompatible. Incompatible.
Risk level high. Clara, get away now.
Big brother, watch out!
Incompatible. Incompatible.
Stay back, Clara.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
Hide.
Crap.
Terminate.
Phew. That was close. Fortunately, Mr. Svarak and Big Brother acted fast. Why did the little fella... Was there a compatibility issue?
Troubleshooting. Assessment. The system on the chip and the new hardware are incompatible, causing the robot to behave. The current issue has been resolved. Risk level low. Alert lifted.
It appears to have adjusted to its new shell after the battle. That's great, but I'd like to keep a closer eye on it for a while. Compatibility tests should take a few days. Hopefully, it'll be all back to normal by then. I'm also curious about where this little fella came from. Could you please come back later, Big Brother? I need to look into something. I may require yours. Thank you, Big Brother. I'll text you when this Mr. Svarog. I'd like to give this little fella a name. Any ideas for...
Accessing name database. Search results. Abby. Abigail. Ada.
I should come back to Clara later.
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
Can I talk to you for a moment? I have a favor to ask. Something... rather personal. I want to thank you again for recovering the Wonder Medicine. It meant a lot to me. But disposing of Vash's reagents isn't enough to solve the medical supply shortage. Many of my patients can't be seen promptly, and my stock of medicine is running low. Thanks to you, the route to the overworld through the furnace core has reopened. I'd like to use it to return to the surface and see if I can get some help. I knew you'd be interested. Remember my adoptive parents I mentioned to you a while ago? After the reopening of the furnace core passage, I had an idea. I wrote a letter and asked Sampo to deliver it to my parents' old address. I didn't have high hopes, but amazingly, Sampo brought me my mother's reply. That's exactly what I thought when I got her letter. Mom said they still live at the old house, but they're not working on the front lines anymore. They should still have some connections in the medical school and the hospital, though. If I'm lucky, maybe I can convince them to send extra medical supplies to the underworld. Of course, that's not the only reason for me to go back to the surface. I can't wait to visit my parents again, and I can tell from my mom's letter that they feel the same. If possible, I would like you to go with me. Wonderful. That's such a relief. I've sent another letter to my mom telling her to find us near Fountain Plaza. Don't worry, I know my way around the administrative district.
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
Careful now.
This place doesn't seem to have changed much from what... Oh, there you are. Sorry, I got distracted watching the crowds. Look at the busy flow of people. Life in the overworld carries on as usual, as if nothing has happened. We're a little early. I've got an idea. I want to buy my mom a gift. You're more of an overworld local than I am now. Any suggestions? Flowers, huh? That's a great idea. I've been underground for so long, I almost forgot what flowers smell like. Flowers it is, then. Can you lead the way?
Careful now. Don't get your clothes wet.
How do I know which...
Eversummer? Was that always the name? Seems I was too young to get the irony back then. Sorry. I don't mean to sound cynical. Maybe it simply represents the people's hopes up here. Now that I think about it, sending flowers is quite the tradition in my family. Mom, Dad, Vash, and I, whenever something good happened, we sent each other flowers to... Do you want to hear a flower story? Each year for their anniversary, my dad would send my mom a bouquet of ball peonies wrapped in red paper. I heard that ball peonies represent love that knows no end. It does fit their marriage. My father is a famous surgeon in Belobog. Because of his fame, people in medical circles paid great attention to his surgeries. He always had a lot of stress, and each time he finished a tricky operation, my mom and I would buy a single stem of sunshine and then pin it on the chest pocket of his... Sunshines represent warmth and love of light. For patients on the verge of death, my dad might have been the only light to penetrate the darkness around them. Vash. Out of everyone in my family, I think he probably appreciated flowers the... Still, I remember the day he received his offer from the medical academy. My parents took me to the florist, and we bought him the most expensive marquise stem in the shop. When we gave him the flower, he failed to hide his smile. You can't imagine how hard it was to get him to smile. As an orphan, I never knew my birthday. My adoptive parents took me to the overworld and made the day I joined the family my burden. Each year on that day, my parents would give me a bouquet of first snow. The number of stems represented how many years had passed since I joined the... I only found out later that first snow represents beautiful memories. My parents gave me a beautiful childhood, and I still haven't had the chance to thank them.
Oh, first snow is...
All done? May I first thank you. It reminds me of care. I knew you'd pick the right flowers. Mom and Dad, let's go. My mom will be there soon.
Come around and have a look.
Mom!
Nat? Nat, is that you? Oh, come here, my...
It's been too long, Mom. Too long.
Sorry. I don't usually get this emotional. How have you been, Mr. Oswell? Thank you so much for taking care of my parents these last 10...
I'm doing fine, Miss Natasha. Just fine. Look at you. You've blossomed into a fine young woman. Such a pity that your father...
Dad, I was wondering where he is.
It was 3 years ago, Nat. No need to be sad. He passed away very peacefully.
I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. For 10 years, I left you both in the overworld. Mr. Oswell, I'm sorry you had to bear all this weight.
Don't be, my dear. It is my honor to look after your...
It's not your fault that they sealed off the passage between the surface and the underground. Don't be so harsh on yourself, daughter.
Oh, Mom. I have so much to say to you. But, there's an urgent matter that needs your help. I apologize. I wish this were a happier reunion. But there are too many suffering with sickness in the underworld. You're the only person I can go to for help.
Oh, there's no need to apologize, my child. I've heard of your deeds down there, and I know you've saved many lives. Your father? He would be proud of you. We have many connections in the medical academy. No matter what you need, be it medicine or data, I should be able to get it for you. Be the doctor you always were, Nat. We have all the time in the world to catch up later.
It's all right. I was prepared. Although it still hurts to hear it from Mom. With her help, we'll be able to ease the underworld's medical supply shortage. That's good news for patients who'd lost hope. I really wish I could spend the whole day talking to her about the old days. But sadly, now is not the time. Let's head back to the underworld. We need to spread...
Miss Natasha, one moment, please.
Mr. Oswell? I thought you headed back home with Mom.
I apologize, Miss Natasha. As a matter of fact, there's something I have to tell you in person.
Something that Mom isn't supposed to...
You haven't changed a bit. Smart and sensitive. The fact of the matter is, in the first 2 years after the passage was closed off, I received many letters from Master Vash.
What? Letters from Vash? Are you certain, Mr. Oswell?
Of course, miss. I recognized his handwriting. You'll see what I mean when you read the letters. Actually, those letters were intended for your eyes only. The delivery address was the underworld, but because of the sealing off of the passageway, the letters were sent back to your old house. To me.
I don't understand. Did you not show them to my parents?
I'm sorry, miss. I opened one of them out of curiosity. Master Vash stressed in the letter that your parents must not know what happened to him. That's why I put the letters in a secure place, waiting to hand them to you when we could meet again. I'm not sure if I did the right thing, Miss Natasha. I just didn't want your parents to feel that their son was so close and yet so far away.
Do you have the letters on you, Mr. Oswell? Let me take a look.
Of course, here. You can tell it's the young master's handwriting.
The cold has revealed to me my arrogance. How can a child who grew up in warmth ever begin to comprehend a cure to bitter cold? Vash didn't give up on his research into blizzard immunity, even after he left this. I live in abandoned houses under broken roofs and continue my experiments. One step after another, I've made breakthroughs. I'm trembling, not because of the cold, but because I can feel I'm getting closer to the answer I see. If what's in here is true, then Vash must have built a lab somewhere in the snow plains, and even made progress in his research. But how can that be? There'd be no point in him lying to me in the letters. Still, it's possible he may have gone completely insane before he started writing them. I need to leave the city to recover my brother's research data.
Leave the city? You are taking too much risk, Miss Natasha.
I know, Mr. Oswell, but I have a hero with me. He saved the underworld. I'm sure he'll protect me. Vash, it's been so many years. Are you still alone in the blizzard? Oh, ignore me. I'm just talking to myself. Let's go. It's time to face my past head-on. Such harsh cold. It's hard to imagine anyone surviving in these conditions. Unless blizzard immunity is real. Let's hurry up. We need to find any clues that Vash may have left behind before both of us become ice. Here, this looks like lab equipment. Maybe Vash left it. Still, it's all just used test tubes, beakers, and other vessels. There's no sign of any sample reagents or lab notes for that matter. Oh, I know my brother. He's meticulous when it comes to medical experiments. There's no way he wouldn't document his results. I want to go deeper into the snow plains. Can you press on? Gosh, the temperature keeps getting lower. But we can't give up halfway. Oh, that's very kind of you. But don't you underestimate the leader of Wildfire. This may not sound like me, but I hope that deity the architects worship can grant us some luck.
Citizens? Outside the walls? Hey, you two! Stop!
That's a Silvermane guard. Is he... Oh, I'd almost forgotten. No one can leave Belobog without authorization. Looks like we need to talk our way up.
I can't say you sound suspicious, but... I can't just take your word for it either.
Captain, look at her necklace. Maybe she's telling the truth.
It's... the same as Dr. Vash.
My brother does wear an identical necklace. Do you know him?
Are you really his sister? Dr. Vash saved a lot of my soldiers.
Saved your soldiers?
Yes. Take a look at the guards patrolling outside the city. All of them are risking their lives, aside from the monster-related casualties. We lose men to frostbite but thanks to the medicine the doctor leaves us, my soldiers are able to withstand the cold. They can make camps in the snow plains as footholds for our patrols. If it weren't for the doctor, we would have long since frozen to death.
Medicine. Blizzard immunity.
We don't know. Dr. Vash is elusive. My squad only met him once, and he didn't seem like the talkative type. He leaves the medicine at specific locations, and our patrols go there to collect it. The medicine is extremely potent. A small vial could keep someone warm for a week. Speaking of the doctor, it's been a long time since we last saw him. At least 2 or 3 years. I hope he's alive and well.
So he really did have a breakthrough in the snow plains. Oh, did the medicine have any side effects for you?
Side effects? Not that I know of. If there were a problem, it'd be that we couldn't go back to the city until the effect had worn off.
Because the city would be too hot for us. We'd break a sweat just sitting idle.
Thanks for the information. We're planning to head deeper into the snow plains to find my brother.
Seems like you've made up your mind. I'd really like to send some of my men with you, but we can't leave our post. Here, take this medicine. If what you two told me is true, I'm sure you're more than capable of handling yourselves out there.
Thank you, Captain. We'll take it with us. Hold on. That's a big guy. Did you see that? There's something on the monster's back. Oh, the blizzard immunity. Shall we drink it? It's your call. I'm ready.
Great.
Naughty child.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Annihilate. Stay back, Clara.
I want to to protect everyone too. Miss your storm.
Oh, only a scratch.
It should come back.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Thanks. I'll never forget
Nap
you.
time.
Hide.
It's done. That was my first time seeing you in battle. You've got some moves, don't you? No wonder you were able to save. Let's have a look over there. My gut tells me we should find... These are records of his experiments. It's Vash's handwriting. This must be the location of his final lab. Come have a look. His last experiment was nearly 2 years ago? What happened after that? But his notes seem to suggest he was working to improve Blizzard. Brother, where are you? What happened? Sorry. I needed to take a moment. After seeing the letters Mr. Oswald kept for me, I was hoping things might have ended differently. I shouldn't have asked you to come with me to such a dangerous place. I can't forgive him for what he's done. Nor can I say I don't miss him. Maybe I should feel glad. The medicine might not have been what he wanted it to be, but it came to something. Maybe he found some inner peace. You're right. There can be no forgiveness for the crimes he committed. He didn't deserve the title of doctor. But maybe this Blizzard immunity can now bring benefit to others. Even if it was made by a monk. Human beings really are conflicted life forms. I'll take his records and data with me, and continue what he started. One day the world will see a perfect Blizzard immunity. Before we leave, I'd like to ask for another favor. The last one, I promise. That should do. Hope it can withstand the snow. You're right. Here lies Vash. That'll do. Thank you for helping me. I feel like a great weight has been lifted. So long, brother. Hope you don't forget Dad's teaching. A doctor does not get to choose his or her patient, my children. Remember, never say no to those who come to you for help.
Okay, we got Natasha now to show up at the train. Let's go see her. Get some free primal.
Not so long ago, I was still wondering whether I'd ever see Belobog's sky again. Now I'm on a train coasting through the universe. Sorry. It's so beautiful outside. I got a little lost in thought. I'd love to come visit more often, if you don't mind. When I stand aboard the Express, I can feel that you and I are really the same. manifesting our own futures in this universe to the best of our ability. Everyone's working hard for the bigger picture. I believe I'll have lots of happy memories. Thank you for inviting me aboard the Astral Express.
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
Time to ask for the bill.
Where did they get to? Ah! Speak of the devil. I was just wondering when you might show up. Don't worry, there's enough to go around. On the house. Order whatever you like. There's something I need your help with. I had to make it up to you somehow. Looks like we're not the only ones who wanted afternoon tea today, though. We'll have to stand up for the time being. Was it that obvious? I'm out of practice. Well, you're clearly better traveled than I am, and I know how generous you are. I feel embarrassed to ask. How can I put this? If I remember correctly, you, March, and Don Hong came here on that train. The Astral Express. I was wondering, is the train accepting new passengers? Well, it's just... the dust has settled now. The Stellaron problem has been resolved, and... Cacolia... Forget it. It's nothing. Forget I said anything. You see, there's not much left for me here, except to carry on repairing equipment in the workshop. I like practicing the guitar, and performances are fun, but the crowds are pretty small. Besides, I'm a researcher. How could I not get excited about the chance to explore new worlds up close? Everyone gets tired of living in small places like Belobog after a few years. Really? You're gonna say yes? I understand. I'm counting on... I know this is a lot to ask out of the blue, so... apology.
There goes Serval. I better send Himiko a text and ask about the or I guess I could ask Mr. Yang? Who's the best one to ask? Let's send a message to Himiko.
Where the hell is she at? She could have just still stood there and I would have had to go look for her.
Come around and have a look.
You should go and talk to Lady Bronya, Serval. It was her personal invite, after all.
I know. Let me think about it. Huh? You're just in time. Any
perfect timing. Please, talk some sense into...
I knew. That's just it. There is no deal.
Serval, I understand your reluctance to rejoin the Silvermane Guards, but Lady Bronya values your talent, and she sees how much you could contribute to the rejuvenation of Belobog. So I came to talk to you. In any case, you should at least pay her a visit.
Okay, I get it. I'll make a trip to Klipoth Fort and tell Bronya what I really think. Sorry, I need to get this over with. Let me know what they said when I get back.
Same old Serval. Join the Express? I see. No wonder she seems so flustered. So, that's what's on her mind. Sorry, my head's still in the argument. As you know, my sister used to be one of the research team leads in the Silvermane Guard's technology division. Stellarons were her main area of research. But her expertise went far beyond Stellarons. She was, and still is, well-versed in mechanical engineering, and immediately after her succession, Lady Bronya set her sights on Serval's talents. The Supreme Guardian wants her to resume her technological research, and be a shining light for the revitalization of Belobog. However, you saw her attitude just now. I doubt her meeting with Lady Bronya will change anything. It'll probably just leave them both feeling dejected. I think there's more than one element to my intuition tells me this is mostly linked to Madame Cocolia's passing. Never mind. It's just a personal hunch. I've never been good at reading my sister's mind. I can tell the two of you have a close bond. If you get the chance, see if you can persuade her to open up about it. Hand on heart, I wouldn't want to see her sitting behind a desk in Klipoth Fort and sighing all day either. Belobog is too small a place for a mind as inquisitive as Serval's. Maybe it would be better for her to join you on your journey. I'll admit, I'm a little worried about how she plans on getting all this across to Lady Bronya. Are you busy? Let's go and wait for her in front of Klipoth.
Huh?
You know what I mean. Doesn't seem like they've finished talking yet. I hope it's not turning into a shouting.
I understand your circumstances, Serval. I respect your choice. It was my mistake to make an unwarranted request without considering your own wishes. Allow me to offer you my apologies. I hope you don't take this matter to heart.
No need, Bronya. You're a Supreme Guardian now. Don't let a little thing like this... Besides, I'm the one who should be apologizing. I've put my own personal reasons ahead of Belobog's reconstruction.
I get it, Serval. After all, you and Mother sorry. I don't mean to open up old wounds. But there's something I need to ask you. This guitar, I found it after going through Mother's old things. She was never a music lover, so I thought this might be connected to you.
Cocolia.
Huh?
It's nothing. You're right, it does belong to me. In fact, it once belonged to me and Cocolia. It was our shared treasure. If you don't mind, Rania, could I take it back to the workshop?
Of course. I'm sure there's a story behind it. But that's between you and Mother. I won't pry. I hope you have an amazing journey, Serval. Do remember to visit home when you get the chance.
I will. Thank you, Rania. I assume you heard our conversation just now. I didn't expect her to be so open-minded. And she didn't even try to persuade me to stay. She didn't summon me just to return the guitar, did she?
I wouldn't rule it out. She's good at reading people's minds. She would have known that you'd never set foot in Clopoth Fort voluntarily.
After all these years, I never thought I'd set eyes on this guitar again. Guess we're stuck with each other. Well, it'll take a while to tell. When we were in cadet school, Cocolia and I were notoriously disruptive. We were always coming up with the next crazy invention. We called it exploring the infinite possibilities of new technologies. This guitar was one of those inventions. Cocolia came up with a name. The Super Electromagnetic Flux Player, or electric guitar for short. Not really, no. She was a military history major, very different from what I was doing. Still, we hung out every day. It's only natural that my love for inventing would rub off on her. I told you it'd take a while to tell the story. Let's get back to the workshop first. By the way, want to help me pack my bags? Huh? That melody.
That's one of yours, right?
I didn't think many people liked that one. Seems the city might have a few nice memories of me after I'm gone. There's no place like home. I never feel completely free out there. Japard, can you lend your dear sister a hand? Help me pack my bag.
Am I allowed to refuse? This place, just looking around gives me a head.
Okay, I promise this is the last. I'm about to go traveling with him. Who knows how long it'll be before I can visit home again. You should help me pack while you still have the
Fine.
You just need to make yourself at home. You've done plenty of... Well, let's see. Ah, yes. Silvermane Guard standard issue portable heater. It's broken.
It's a family heirloom. It belonged to Rhonda once. You should
I wanted to keep it with me. But that's the problem with old things. The less you use them, the easier they break. Besides, no one's paying me to fix it, right? Hey, wait a minute. Didn't I teach you a few machine overhaul skills?
Here we go again. You don't have to.
The principle behind this machine. So, I'll leave the... I knew you were... Think about it.
Well done for putting up with...
No. Wow, great job. Like I said, a reliable as promised. Let me tell you the story behind this little. Its original owner was an ancestor of the Landau family, Rhonda Landau. She was one of our great heroes who participated in the defense of Belobog 700 years ago. The records tell that during the decisive battle, she led 2 Silvermane Guard brigades. She engaged the enemy for 4 full days and nights in the fight for the city. I still have the newspaper clippings from that time. I'll show you when I get the chance. Of course. After all, she was a Landau.
Take responsibility for your choices and the people of Belobog. Every Landau is driven by that ethos.
Oh, that's a letter I was gonna send to my mom. I haven't even finished reading. There's nothing personal in it. Have a read if you like.
You're still writing to Mom and...
Only to Mom. You know, I still don't get along with Dad.
You know, Serval, if you're really leaving Belobog for a while, you should pay them a
I'll think about it. Oh, that? It's a botanical specimen. As for the name, I can't quite recall.
Snowman's palm. And little Lynxie is the youngest sister of the Landau family, by the way.
Yes. Snowman's palm. My memory's the worst.
It's the only plant here that looks like it's still alive.
Hey, watch anyway. This specimen means a lot to me, so I'm bringing it with me. Thanks for the reminder. Since you're so curious, I'll give you the whole... This guitar was actually given to me as a birthday present by Cocolia a long time ago. I came up with the design, but I was never able to build it. Some of the raw materials were either too expensive or too hard to get a hold of. She helped me turn the concept into reality. Quick as lightning, always keeping her word. That was her way of doing things. Back then, I thought we'd be friends for life.
If it was a gift, why was it in Madame Cocolia's office?
I don't think anyone realized, but back then we were so close we didn't even differentiate between each other's possessions. We shared pretty much everything. We lived in the same dormitory, went to the same school together every day, ate together, whiled away the time together, and occasionally talked about music together, though it wasn't something she was overly familiar with. That's how things were until the day we fell out. A lot of our shared possessions never left her office again. I was always looking forward to the day she'd return this guitar. I thought that would be the day we could bury them. Now that I think about it, perhaps I was too naive. She'd probably forgotten it even existed. And that's the only Cocolia you guys ever got to know, huh? Always ahead of everyone else, never looking back. Even for a second, she put it all out of her mind. Me and every memory to do with me. You think so too?
Let bygones be bygones, sister.
How did the conversation get so heavy again? No good. Let's talk about something You know something, Japard? That guitar case in your hand and my guitar? They're both from the same prototype. The super electromagnetic flux player.
I never knew your guitar had a connection to me, too. Quite the story.
That should be everything. Finally. I think I must have left cadet school with about the same amount.
No easy job. Serval, I want to ask you again. Do you really want to leave Belobog and go with the Trailblazers?
Of course. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I can't miss it. What's wrong, Japard? Oh, I see. Can't let go of your dear old sister.
Forget it. I don't want to complicate things, but before you leave, I have one last request to make. The garrison is heading down to the underworld soon, to survey the situation around Boulder Town. Why don't you come with me?
Huh? You just said you didn't want to complicate things for me, and now you're sending me on. Aha! You just want to spend as much time as possible with me before I go, right?
No, it's not that. I've heard there are a lot of old energy hubs in the underworld, and you're probably the only person in Belobog who knows how to inspect them. Since you're leaving one way or the other, why don't you do the people of the city one last favor before...
Even at a time like this, you're still thinking about the people. I don't know what to say. All right, I'll help you out. The first and last time the Landau siblings will work
Thanks, sis. If you have the time, could you accompany the garrison? You're Belobog's hero. I'm sure you must be popular in the underworld. Thanks.
I'm tired.
Ah, okay. Well, that's all the purple side quests. Oh, what's this? Did I get something? Did I get something?
You know what I mean.
Have you heard of the Rightful Rights Society?
You're here. Thanks again for agreeing to this. Don't be. I only just arrived myself. The highest priority for today is establishing good negotiations with the Chief of Wildfire. I'm about to get that process underway. Serval was a little delayed on the way over, but that doesn't affect our schedule. Let's...
Hold up, I wasn't that late.
Negotiations will be held in the Boulder Town Clinic. Serval and I are newcomers, so you'll have to lead the way. The underworld isn't exactly how I remember it.
Feels like we're not getting many friendly looks, huh?
Well, well, well. I don't think our little clinic has ever played host to an occasion like that.
We meet again, Mr.
Oleg will do, son. Oh, you. You probably won't know. Our young Silvermane friend here and I had the pleasure of speaking to each other at a certain Guardian's succession ceremony. We're not complete strangers. But as for this young lady...
The name's Serval. I'm, an ex-engineer from the technology division, and... Japard's sister? Pleasure to meet you, Chief.
Likewise, miss. The more the merrier. And it's good to have you here again. It bothered me and Natasha that we never arranged a formal welcome for you. Once we're done talking, you must all join us for...
We'd be honored. But to your point, Oleg, let's finish our discussions first.
Quite right. Let's head inside. Too much commotion.
Huh. So she's your sister. The Landau family is full of talented young people, I see.
You're worried that Underworlders might still hold a grudge against the Silvermane guards. So you want to show your solidarity with the Trailblazers to build some trust. Seems like a sound strategy to me.
Rebuilding trust between the two worlds has always been a priority for Lady Bronya. People here must have felt abandoned by the guards after the passage was sealed off. If we were to simply take over the Underworld in the name of the Supreme Guardian, I can only imagine how people would react.
Seems like you have a good handle on the situation. I see now why you made captain at such a young age.
So, you're also saying the guards want to work with Wildfire and use our reputation to win back people's support, correct?
I wouldn't use those exact words, but that is more or less what we want to achieve.
If that's the case, I've got a question for you. Since this offer comes from those who left us to our fate for more than a decade, how would you react if Wildfire refused? Would you use force?
She's not trying to be diplomatic about it, is she? Who is she, anyway?
The barrier between the surface and the underground was the product of the former Supreme Guardian's misjudgment, and the policies that resulted from it. The people of Belobog should have stood together, but instead, we were made to blame and hate one another. Lady Bronya wants Belobog to heal, so the Silvermane guards need to regain the people's trust. But we won't achieve that by kicking doors open and policing everyone around. As a grassroots organization, Wildfire did an extraordinary job maintaining order for over a decade in the absence of the guards. I can only imagine how much work you put in to protect the underworld. I can assure you that the guards are not here to seize power. If it takes time for the people to trust us, so be it. We're willing to take small measures and serve as an auxiliary force to Wildfire to help maintain peace. I hope you can see that everything we do to rebuild trust and make Belobog work for all.
I swear, he never used to be this emotionally intelligent.
That's an answer I can accept. Oleg, what do you think?
I think there's no need for the guessing game to continue. It's obvious we share the same goal. With the help of Bronya, Serval, and Shepard, we're one step closer to rebuilding a
I agree. Tell Bronya that Wildfire will work with the Silvermane guards on security matters. However, things aren't simple down here. Please also tell her to draw up plans in case the situation demands...
Monsters! Monsters from the... They're swarming toward the town!
Not good. Stay here, Natasha. The patients need you. The soldiers and I will handle them.
Understood. We'll be counting on you.
Everyone rushed outside. I should probably see what's happening.
Please, help my friends! The monsters invaded the mine. Please, you have to, otherwise those things would...
Don't worry. The Silvermane guards are trained for these situations.
The Great Mine! The one with the big ore vein!
Understood. I'll send my men to set up a perimeter and start the rescue operation, right? Mr. Oleg, please entrust the Silvermane Guards. The defense of Boulder Town will need Wildfire's expertise. Watch out for ambushes, and be ready to receive wounded...
You're a natural-born commander. Understood. Leave it to me, son. Your troops will be unfamiliar with the layout of the mine. I'll send some of my...
Thank you. In the name of the preservation, I promise we'll do everything we can. I'll go on ahead and lead the troops to the mine. Catch...
I couldn't get a word in while they were talking. A duty-bound soldier and a resistance leader. It's hard to be rock and roll in front of people. You know, maybe I need to put my inner struggles in a broader context. My own way? I don't even remember what kind of life I want. It's just... I see people fighting for their lives, and here I am thinking about how to escape. Wait a minute. Was that Japart's plan all along? Use guilt to make me stay? That's true. Anyway, since he asked for help, it's time to give those monsters... You know the way to the Great Mine, right? That's all you needed to say.
Put all artillery units on standby. Wait for my command to bombard enemy positions and cover our infantry advance. We have a choke point here. Tell all infantry units to switch to double-line formation. Close quarters in front, gunners behind. Remember, get the wounded out as soon as possible, and always secure your flanks before...
Yes, sir!
Ah, you're here. Get ready. We need to help the... The back of the mine has been secured, which gives us a forward base to send in supplies. The Silvermane Wildfire Combined Regiment is conducting rescue missions as they end. The battle is fierce. I need to get to the front line.
I don't know much about warfare, but I don't see why a commander needs to lead the charge. The situation here is totally different from the rest. Japard, let me and him clear the way for you. You should stay in your command post.
Thanks, Serval. But please trust my judgment. I made a promise to Mr. Oleg to save as many people as possible. I have to see to...
There's no stopping you once you've made up your mind. Fine. We'll do it your way.
Let's move out. All civilians, please go to the bridge immediately. The Silvermane Guards have set up a defensive perimeter. You'll be safe there.
There's a monster heading this way.
Bring it down.
You'll pay for this. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
I'll free you from your chains! Disappear among the sea of butterflies! Illusions of the past! Who's next?
Time for a shot.
Hide.
It made it easy for us, but we can't let our guards down. It's safe here. Let's move on.
Don't mess with me.
There's always a weakness. Now,
end your misery.
Hide.
I hope I helped.
Japard, look. The miners have put up a makeshift defensive line.
Are you a Silvermane guard?
That's right. We're evacuating the miners together with Wildfire. Are there any other
Silvermane guards and Wildfire are working together now? Oh, civilians. I saw a girl run out from our defensive position just my brother went after her. But they haven't come back.
Understood. I'll bring them back. The guards and Wildfire have set up defenses on the bridge. You should head over.
Thank you. Please.
Oh no! Monsters are coming! Leave the battle to us.
Okay. Thank
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Great.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
This battle is unavoidable. You mustn't fall.
Mission command.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. Naughty child. Nap time.
I'm not afraid of you.
Annihilate. Mission command.
You'll pay for this. just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Thanks. I'll never forget you. I need to be brave.
What a headache.
There's always a way.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Let's keep searching for the missing girl and the miner.
Is it me or is it cold here?
Great.
I'll end your misery.
This battle is unavoidable.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
I'll free you from your... Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Mission command.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
I'm not afraid of you.
Annihilate.
You'll pay for this.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Thanks.
Eliminating threat.
Don't mess with me. I'll end your misery.
your Sora!
This battle is unavoidable.
I'll end your misery. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. I'll end your misery.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
A sharp scythe needs targets.
Oh.
They're in danger. Let's go.
Ah, great. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
You'll pay for this. Naughty child.
Annihilate.
What a headache.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Nap time.
Hide.
I want to protect everyone too! Help me, Mr. Sora!
Don't mess with me. I'll free you from... Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them! That'll take...
Annihilate.
What a headache.
You two, it's too dangerous here. Find the Silvermane guards and Wildfire at the bridge. They'll protect you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Zeno, take my hand. Let's get out of here. It's so cold here.
The monsters have gotten stronger somehow. I don't remember them being this
Thank goodness we got here in time. If we'd arrived any...
That's one brave little girl. You were like that at her age.
Huh? I wouldn't go that far. I only had Dad to deal with. He could be fierce, but nothing like the monsters. Besides, my problem with him wasn't that he was a strict father. I just couldn't believe that he never lifted a finger to oppose Cocolia's order to seal the passage, vowing to protect the Underworlders in one breath, and then deciding they deserved to be abandoned in the next. Family code of conduct.
Father was a soldier. He wasn't supposed to question the orders from... Never mind. I know I sound like I'm defending him, and I don't want to make you angry. At least now we've got the chance to right the wrongs.
I'm angry just thinking about it. Looking back, I'm glad I left home.
Running away doesn't solve the problem. It's been ages since you two had those fights, but you still can't let it go. You need to walk out of his shadow. I'm not trying to change your mind. I just want to know that your choice to leave this planet is a result of having thought things through. Not because you're trying to run away.
My choice.
Sorry. I sound like...
Don't worry about it. I get what you're trying to say. I do. It's just... Let's focus on the business at hand. That miner we met said his brother came this way.
Okay. Be careful, though. I sense a drop in temperature. It could mean something we haven't encountered before is waiting for us.
These monsters are tough.
Hey, did you just scare off a fragment?
Kind of. There was one on its own. I managed to chase it away. Speaking of which, you came from that direction, right? Did you see two little kids? Thank goodness. I chased the monster too far and lost them.
They'll be okay now. You should head back to the bridge too. The guards and Wildfire have set up a
Thank you. All of you. I'm just glad they're okay. I can finally retreat. I heard there's a powerful monster down the road, some kind of leader of the pack. I take caution.
Thanks for the intel. I think he was right about the monster. You two, no sudden moves. I've seen this type of monster a few times near the restricted zone. Wait, don't get too close. Something's not right.
Huh?
These monsters are usually eager to fight. You're guaranteed a fierce battle if you see one in the but this one doesn't seem concerned about us. This could... I'm not sure either. I just have a feeling that
the air...
Stellaron promises survive.
Did it just talk?
Steady. Get ready to counter its attack.
Can Jabard not hear that?
Jabard, Serval, Lord.
Did it just say Jabard and Serval?
That noise! Do fragmentum monsters usually sound like that?
Talking? I just hear, wait. You understand?
Our names?
I heard rumors about this kind of monster. Shadows in the fragmentum that assume human form are echoes of the will of past guardian. If the rumors are true, could it be?
Kaguya, you just won't stop haunting me. I try everything to put the past behind me, and yet you always manage to creep up again. Kaguya, you witch! You've terminated my research and ruined my life. What else do you want to take away from—
Calm down, Serval. It's just a fragmentum illusion.
all that time we spent together? Was any of it real? It was so easy for you to just leave this world behind. Don't you at least owe me an explanation?
Serval!
Londo, stand down. There is no place for you. The promise.
Sister, I know you want Madame Cacolia to respond, but this thing in front of us is our enemy. It was born out of the evil gathered in the fragmentum. You won't get answers from— Fight with us, sister. Let's dispel the shadow of the past once and for all. Of course, if you're not yet able to confront, then he and I will fight for you. Until your heart is ready.
I'm sorry, brother. I always make you worry when things get serious, but I see what you're doing. Reverse psychology, huh? Well, seeing as we've come this— Cacolia, let's settle this bad blood right here, right—
You're all right. Stay back, Clara.
Naughty child. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
I'm not afraid of you.
Hide.
Discernment! I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Nap time.
Annihilate.
I want to protect everyone too. Mr. Shark.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. I'm okay.
I shall come back.
This battle is unavoidable.
I need to be brave.
Hide. I shall come back.
I'll free you from your disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
You'll pay for this.
Stay back, Clara.
That's better. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Thanks.
Annihilate.
Who's next?
Serval. Why have to stand?
The temperature is returning to normal. The monsters are I think it's safe to say that the shadow of Madame Cacolia was the reason for this invasion. The other anomalies we experienced were probably also a direct result. Whatever the case, we've managed to avert a crisis. Are you okay? Indeed it was. We're lucky to have an experienced fighter like you who can adapt to different... It would have taken us much longer to fight off the shadow without you. Serval, how are you...
I feel like something heavy has finally been lifted. All that noise before it perished. Did you catch what it said?
I'm happy for you, Serval. Looks like we accomplished our mission. You two should head over to Natasha's place and check in on the wounded.
Sure. Come find us later at the clinic.
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
I see. Thanks for bringing me up to speed. The clinic has been busy while you were gone. We've treated many people, soldiers and civilians alike. All in all, I owe everyone a big thank you. It would have been much harder if Wildfire had operated alone. Thanks to Captain Japard, we managed to keep our losses to a minimum. I'm sure people will begin to appreciate the Silvermane Guards after this battle. How could I forget about you two? We couldn't have done it without your help.
You're too kind. They deserve the real credit. I doubt I'd have come back in one piece without...
Sounds like you went through a lot of danger. Are you hurt, Miss Serval? I can have a look.
I'm alright, don't worry. Everything worked out eventually. Let's wait for the rest of them.
Miss Natasha.
Is that Japard?
Mr. Oleg has a pretty good handle on what's needed in the He's arranging for rescue teams and supplies to be sent over. He won't be back for a while.
Looks like you guys have the situation under control. I'd love to sit down and chat with all of you, but I still have a backlog. Oh, there was a girl and her brother who said you saved their lives. You might want to check on them and see how they're doing.
Natasha's right. We should make sure those children are all right.
Come on, drink it up and you'll feel better.
But there's smoke coming out of it.
It's you. You saved us from the monsters in the mine. You guys are Silverman guards from the Overworld. If you hadn't been there, we would have... I'll think of a way to repay you. I'll get a... That's very kind of you. If Mom and Dad were still here, they'd want us to return the...
Mom and Dad went somewhere far away a long time ago. Haven't come back.
They'll come back one day, Zeno.
So, you're looking after your brother on your own?
Not really. It's my responsibility as a sister. I'm just worried that with all these monster invasions, maybe one day... My brother is too young to survive in the underworld. To think he might have to live on his...
The misjudgment of the former Supreme Guardian isolated the underworld for more than a decade. With that isolation, but under Lady Bronya's leadership, the Silvermane Guards will atone for past mistakes and bring relief to the people. From now on, you don't need to worry about the safety.
Captain Shepard.
Taking care of yourself is hard enough under these circumstances, let alone if you have a brother to look after. I know it can't have been easy. Zeno, right?
Yes, Mr. Cap.
You're still young, so you need to stay under your sister's wing. But when you grow up, remember to use what you've learned to protect her. Be there when she needs you, and listen to her when she feels vulnerable. She'll do the same.
Okay, sir. I'll protect my sister when I grow up.
Thank you, Captain Shepard. Zeno and I will remember your...
You know, I'm pretty good at turning a happy reunion into a tear fest. Let's call it a day and give them some room. If you're not too tired, Shepard, can I talk to you for a moment? What you said back there, did you really mean it?
Of course I did. And it wasn't some last-minute speech I cobbled together. It's how I always felt. We can't always face problems alone and build walls to keep people out. We need to learn to rely on others, especially those we care about the most.
I know what you're up to, Jeppy.
Huh? What do you mean?
You made it sound like you were talking to those kids. But you were talking to me. Who's building that wall now?
Well, a Landau just called out a Landau.
Shepard. I changed my mind. Change of plan. I've decided to stay in Belobog.
Serval, I just want you to know that I would have supported your decision, no matter what you chose. I wasn't trying to force you to...
I know that, Shepard. Don't worry. I've thought this one through for a change. What you said was the last piece of the puzzle for me. I suddenly realized that my decision to leave was just me trying to run away from my problems. Wasn't a mature... I've always found it hard to handle complex relationships. Be it Cocolia or my family. The first thought I have when things don't work out is to run away. Starting from today, that's no longer the case. After all, I'm not doing this on my own, right?
Right.
If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have had any idea about the hardships people were going through in the underworld. It made me feel like maybe I could help a little and make Belobog a better place. I have one last thing that I might need your help with. I want to see the Stellaron. I want to see the place where Cocolia sacrificed her.
Say no more.
Oh, but before that, I need to go back to the workshop and get something. Why don't you head north first, and it's all right. I've got Japard with me. It's cold here. Is this the Stellaron imprisonment device? They had such advanced technology back in the day. Impressive.
This is where Madame Cocolia died.
She gave something back in Beth. I wanted to come here to perform for Cocolia. To say goodbye. I'm glad you guys are here to witness it. Not the nicest spot for a show. And the equipment could be better.
The stage is yours, sister.
Look at me, Cocolia. Don't you dare look away, because I will no longer live in your shadow!
I thought we was gonna actually hear a song.
Happy?
Happy. I just wish I could have seen the look on her face. Shame. Well, that's all from me. Thanks for sticking by my side throughout all of this. As for tonight, let's go to old Gerda's place and have a big feast.
So, you're getting the tab?
Oh, so we got Japard and the sister. Visited. Okay, that's what's up. Go get some free Stella Jade. Okay, we got Japard right here.
Apologies. I've been busy lately, so I had to put off the express tour for a while. Here we are, finally. Sorry. Forgive me. I mean, what should we see next? Do we just follow the express tour route? All right. I'm honored to be invited aboard. Truly. I'm not just being polite with you.
Okay, where's your sister? I don't see her. She's sitting down. Is she in the room? Okay, there goes Sarah.
Oh, wow. The train carriages are so cool. But if you like, I could give you all a small private show. The sofas here all look tailor-made. Perfect for VIP. Thanks for inviting me. I've got my hands...
I would need another 200 to actually make it 410 pools.
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard. Well, let's finally continue on with the main fucking story.
Mr. Yang, someone's hurt.
You're hurt, son. March, use your 6-phased ice to stop the bleeding. Go easy. We don't want to add frostbite to his list.
I'm on it.
This area saw fierce fighting only recently. Let's keep searching. There might be other survivors.
Really?
Up ahead. Please, leave me.
There are wounded everywhere.
The silver lining is that, based on what we can see, no civilians were caught up in the battle. I'm guessing the Xianzhou must have evacuated the port immediately, leaving the soldiers to deal with the crisis. But as for these corroded monsters... Careful. We've never seen this kind of life form before.
Awaiting orders,
So you are afraid of me?
What's up, Mr. E? Welcome to the live stream. How's it going?
I'll end your misery. Who's next? I need to be brave.
Hide.
You always gotta go.
Are you alright? Stay back, Clara.
What a headache.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
You'll pay for this. Nap time.
Well, thank you for stopping by, though. Appreciate it.
I hope I helped.
Miss Tingyun, fall back! They're Mara struck. We've already lost them.
Hey, you there? We need your help. Thanks for saving Beauty from the beast. Pleasure.
So you mean to tell me they have this
But are
ability
you
that
thanking us
allows
or
them to
giving
stay
yourself a
alive?
compliment?
I mean, revive themselves?
There's always a weakness. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
I'm not afraid of you.
Annihilate. Stay back, Clara. Hide.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Don't mess with me. Who's next? I'll end your misery. I'll free you from disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Miss Ting-Yun, the Mara struck have been repelled, but there could be other dangers near. The situation is serious. Allow us to escort you back to the Skyfaring Commission.
Calm down, I heard you. It'd be rude of me to depart without thanking our benefactors. My name is Ting-Yun. I'm the Ambassador for the Lawfu Skyfaring Commission Merchant Guild. May I venture to know the illustrious names of my heroes?
Illustrious names? Sure. I'm March 7th. This is Mr. Yang. Oh, Mr. Welt Yang. And this is...
I see. Well, thank you for coming to our aid. Although, there is one thing I don't understand. Starskiff Haven is under lockdown. Since none of you are Xianzhou residents, may I ask how you came to be here? If you can't offer an explanation, I'm afraid these Cloud Knights will have to escort you out.
We called for port transfer and got no response, but then someone opened the Jade Gate for us. When we arrived, there was no one to be found, so we started to make our own way through.
How can that be? My ship was the last one into port before the Jade Gate was shut. The Skyfaring Commission has already locked down Starskiff Haven entirely.
We're telling the truth. You could verify it yourself by checking the access history of the Jade Gate. We found it strange ourselves when the gate opened, but no one came to greet us.
You're with the Astral Express.
You've heard of us?
Indeed I have. Oh, you've arrived at a bad time. The Xianzhou has suffered an incident. Whether you're here for leisure, treatment, or trade, I'm afraid you won't be able to go through with it. For your safety, you should hurry to Central Starskiff Haven and take refuge. I'll take you to Madame Yukong of the Skyfaring Commission and let her decide how to proceed.
We caught wind of the incident you mentioned. That's why we're here, Miss Ting-Yun. To help the Xianzhou seal the Stellar.
Your actions have already revealed your kind hearts to me. Sadly, I can't make you any promises. You're outsiders, and only Madame Yukong has the authority to consider your offer. Oh, don't worry. Madame Yukong is kind-hearted too. Come on now.
Those monsters back there.
They were no monsters.
Oh, those were not to be confused with monsters, benefactors. We call them Mara-struck. Don't mess with me.
There's always a weakness. Nap time.
I need to be brave.
Annihilate. Stay back, Clara.
Troublesome. This battle is unavoidable. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
Hide.
What a headache. Who's next? Don't mess with me. I'll end your misery.
This battle is... Not each nap time.
Not bad at all.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
So you are afraid of me?
There's always a weakness.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
There's always a weakness.
Hide.
Don't mess with me.
It's your command.
You'll pay for this.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Are you all right? It's your command.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
Target threat index.
Annihilate.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
There's always a weakness. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
What a headache.
Naughty child.
Don't mess with me.
It's your command.
There's always a weakness.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
Target threat index lowered.
Hide.
I'm okay.
It's your command. Stay back, Clara.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Resistance is timely.
Stay back, Clara.
There's always a weakness.
Stay back, Clara.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. What a headache.
That'll take more than medicine.
It's your command.
Target threat index
Annihilate.
That'll nap time.
Time well spent.
Why have we stopped?
Don't worry, miss. I have a favor to ask.
Favor? Count me out. What if we do it wrong and you get your cloud cronies to throw us...
I shouldn't have doubted you. Please, accept my apologies. Our road ahead is barricaded. The soldiers stationed here must have moved these into a roadblock. I'd like to see us try. They're extremely heavy. Even with all of us, we wouldn't be able to move one. Not that I'm doubting your skill, but I'd feel terrible if you hurt yourself in the process. If I'm not mistaken, the containers in the Trove of Verdure can be moved around using a control panel. You've already put on quite the show. Do you think you'll be able to find and operate the control panel? I knew... We just need to pass through here, take the barge to Starskiff Haven, and we'll be safe.
You know, you sound sweet enough, but you were talking about getting us escorted away by your Cloud Knight.
There's always a weakness. Time for a shot. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
I'm not afraid of you.
Annihilate.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora!
Psychopath.
I'll end your misery. A sharp scythe needs targets.
Mentioned Stelleron.
You work for the Skyfaring Commission, so I assume you're aware of its destructive power.
Yes, I am. As an Amicassator, I've been to many planets and seen my fair share of Stelleron corrosion.
So you are afraid of me.
battle is unavoidable.
I'll free you from your chain. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
You'll pay for this.
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
Naughty child. Nap time.
Target threat index low. Annihilate.
I'll free you from your chain. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. What a headache.
There's always a weakness.
I need to be brave.
Hide.
I'm okay.
I want to protect everyone too. Mr. Tora. Don't mess with me.
Mission command.
A sharp scythe needs targets. What a headache.
There's always a weakness. Time for a nap time.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Assistance is
I'll
timely.
end your misery. I'm not afraid of you.
Annihilate. Stay back, Clara.
Okay, you must got no life then.
So you are afraid of me. I'll end your misery.
You'll pay for this.
That I need to be brave. Look out! So you are afraid of me. I'll end your misery.
This battle is
Nap time.
Eliminating threat.
Alright.
A sharp scythe needs targets. Not bad at all.
Get ready, and watch your backs.
Leave it to me.
Are you all right? Stay back.
Help me, Mr. Storm! We've entered the storm. To guard and defend.
Crush them! I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Merciful Medicus.
Naughty child. Nap time.
I'm not afraid of you.
Hide.
What a headache.
Mission command.
A miracle.
Mission command.
Thanks. protect everyone too. Mr. Star! Don't mess with me.
It should come back. It should come back.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Resistance is timely.
Time for a shot.
I'll free you from disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Oh, okay, so those bigger ones don't revive themselves. Just a minion.
Finally! Look how many tail hairs I lost on the way! Oh, my beautiful tail. We had a difficult start, but things got easier. Look, that's the barge I was talking about. Don't fret. All Amicacetors know their way around a step.
I was perfectly calm until she volunteered to please take your seats, everyone. We'll be
Damn,
off
March
right
7,
away.
you hating on her? You hating?
On behalf of the Skyfaring Commission, allow me to welcome you to Starskiff Haven. On the Xianzhou Luofu, anything relating to aviation, navigation, and trade falls within the scope of the Skyfaring Commission, which is one of the 6 commissions of the Luofu. As the biggest port on the ship, Starskiff Haven is governed by the Skyfaring Commission too.
You definitely sound like a... what was it again? Oh, Amicaciter.
That's too kind of you. My job involves ferrying business delegates to and from Starskiff Haven, so I do this kind of introduction all the time.
This is like some
Anyway,
leeway.
we're safe now. Normally, I'd be a good host and
Further up this
take you
game.
around, but these are difficult times. Let's head to the Palace of Astrum first and report your arrival to Madame Yukong.
Palace of Astrum?
Right there, the tallest building in the city. It's also the headquarters of the Skyfaring Commission. Let's hurry, we haven't got much time. I don't mean to rush you, but if Madame Yukong holds me accountable for not getting you over soon enough, I wouldn't want to be around for the...
Sounds scary. I thought you said she was kind-hearted.
We need to make a few preparations before paying a visit to any of the 6 commissions. Rest assured, Miss Tingyun, we won't go anywhere. If you could inform Madame Yukong of our arrival first, we'll meet you at the palace entrance later.
Very well.
Little Miss Fox moves at quite the pace. I can't keep up with her. I've spent too long on the bench. Let's catch our breath for a while, huh? We can expect a packed schedule ahead. It'll be all right. We're not trying to stand in her way. We have nothing to hide from her.
We didn't have anything to hide in Belobog either.
That might be. She did the right thing by not trusting us initially. We were an unknown quantity to her. As for the rush, my guess is she's just eager to get us out of her hair and further up the chain. Not so. I need to give you two a heads up first. Our meeting with Madame Yukong won't be without risk. We need to be prepared and take it seriously.
She is a top Xianzhou leader. Oh, Mr. Yang, do you think this could be Belobog all over?
No, the Xianzhou Alliance is better than that. But Madame Yukong will definitely have a string of difficult questions for us. Why did we choose to come to the Xianzhou now? How did we know that the incident is related to a Stellaron? Who leaked their information? Careless answers mean distrust and potential hostility, which would make things much harder.
Huh, crud. One of us is gonna blurt something out, or get something wrong, I just know it.
Yeah, you, March.
Good idea. We can...
Let's... Don't worry. We'll find a way through. Let me do the talk.
Come on, take a deep breath.
Time well spent.
you're here already.
Are you not?
I've brought the Madam Helmmaster up to speed. It's over to you now.
Yes, madam.
Report the losses to General Jing Yuan and find someone from the Divination Commission. I can't just stand there watching while we deal with this mess. Greetings, guests from the Astral Express. Ting Yun has informed me of the purpose of your visit. Receiving guests isn't normally one of my responsibilities, but since you know about the Stellaron and have stated that you want to help the Law Fu, I thought I should at least meet you and politely decline your proposal. The Xianzhou Alliance knows what a Stellaron is, and is more than capable of handling it ourselves. We have been around for over 8,000 years, and weathered countless dangers and crises. While the situation is serious, we have more than enough resources to spare. Outsider help is not needed on this occasion. You are guests from afar. There is no reason for this matter to concern you. Am I making myself clear?
From what we've gathered, the influence of the Stellaron can still be contained. If we can locate it in time and contain it, it's possible that we can restore any space and any individuals affected by the corrosion. We have experience in preventing Stellaron disasters, and we've only come here to lend you that experience.
I've said this and I'll say it again. This is an internal affair of the Xianzhou Alliance, and there is no need for the Astral Express to get involved. I decided to arrange a meeting with you as a gesture of respect, but my decision is final.
Never mind, Mr. Yang. If the Xianzhou Alliance say they can handle it, then we're wasting our breath. Let's go.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Huh? And what's that supposed to mean?
It's only been a few days since the presence of a Stellaron was detected on the Law Fu. Starskiff Haven has been under full lockdown. No one has been permitted to leave. How did you come to know of the incident? And what led you to conclude that it was linked to a Stellaron? I acquired the access history of Starskiff Haven. Not long ago, someone hacked into the system and opened the Jade Gate, before guiding you, the Astral Express, into our territory. The hacker was skillful and even taunted us with her seal. Her name is Silverwolf, a member of the Stellaron. What say you in your defense?
Damn.
You are forbidden from leaving the Skyfaring Commission until the aforementioned questions have been investigated.
Don't be too harsh, Yukong. If this gets out, the whole galaxy will think the Alliance has forgotten how to treat our guests.
General Jing Yuan.
It's very unlikely that the Express has joined forces with the Stellaron hunters. They are mortal enemies, after all. Apologies for interrupting your meeting. My name is Jing Yuan. I'm the General of the Cloud Knights here on the Law Fu.
General, this is an internal affair for the Law Fu.
I fully agree with you, Helmmaster Yukong. This is indeed an internal affair. I am sorry, guests of the Astral Express. It is true that there is a Stellaron on the Law Fu, but I'm afraid I cannot accept your kind offer to help resolve the issue. This is a Xianzhou matter, and it is our responsibility to handle it. Of course, it would be inappropriate of me to let you return without something to show for it. While I cannot accept your help with regard to the Stellaron, I do have a favor to ask. Please, after you. Ah, the Astral Express. I must confess that the train's reputation precedes it, such that it is often close to my thoughts. How delightful to come face to face with its passengers.
It's an honor to meet you, General. May I ask what the favor you spoke of is?
A matter that requires capable people such as yourselves. We captured a member of the Stellaron Hunters a few days ago, who goes by the name of Blade. During our investigation, the Divination Commission, the department in charge of intelligence processing, intercepted a transmission sent out by his accomplice, Kafka, who has managed to hide aboard the ship. As for where that transmission was destined, I have some knowledge of your relationship with the Stellaron Hunters. The Divination Commission is convinced that you made an alliance with them. I say that's impossible. The crew of the Astral Express are honorable people whose valiant deeds are lauded across the universe. There must have been a misunderstanding. As such, I came to the conclusion that the communication must have been an attempt by the Stellaron Hunters to sow dissent between us. We can handle the Stellaron, but it will take time and will require the bulk of the Cloud Knights on the ship. It is this Kafka that concerns me. The longer she stays on the ship, the bigger the threat she will pose. Since the Stellaron Hunters lured you to our ship, we shall move with the current. You are hereby authorized to do as you deem fit on the Lofu, with the goal of bringing Kafka out of the shadows and under our. Doing so would clear the misunderstanding between us, reveal the true intentions of the Stellaron Hunters, and help us understand their connection to the Stellaron Burst. What say you, my astral guest? Of course you do. You can be strangers and simply walk away. But I feel you wish to help the Sien. Lofu never fails to reward that which is given.
Okay.
Wonderful. It's a deal then. I shall notify Yukong that all intel is to be shared with you, and that our best personnel are to aid you in your... If there's anything the Skyfaring Commission or the Cloud Knights can do for you during your stay,
I understand how you must feel.
No treasures, no nothing.
I think we only scratched the surface of this General Jing Yuan. I don't know about strange, but my gut tells me something is off. That's it. A minor detail, but curious. He avoided talking about... Since the Cloud Knights have already captured a Stellaron Hunter, why not use him to get to Kafka? What? The Xianzhou is reluctant to involve outsiders in the Stellaron disaster, so why is it so keen on letting us capture a Stellaron? Yes. The only sensible conclusion I can draw is that Blade had already escaped when Jing Yuan spoke to us, provided they even captured him in the first place. Therefore, given our connection to Kafka, we represent the only way of luring the Stellaron Hunters. That's why he asked for our help. He didn't want to let anyone else find out that Blade had already escaped. Now that we've figured that out, perhaps we can get closer to the core of what's happening here.
Master Diviner, you heard our discussion. What do you make of it?
What do I make of it? The way of heaven is apparent, but the heart of humanity is often deceptive. Are you asking me to divine their true intentions?
That won't be necessary. The crew has nothing to do with the incident. Of that, I am almost certain. It isn't their intentions that trouble me. All I want is for them to lure out the one we're after.
Wasn't that my idea, General?
Indeed. Your counsel has always been a great help to me. You may use your discretion on the matters ahead of us.
Why don't you retire early and I use my discretion full time?
It is still too soon, unfortunately. If something goes wrong, you'll need a general to take the blame. How could I simply walk away and put you at such risk?
If you'd brought me that blade earlier, none of this would have been necessary. Wait, what are you up to exactly? Xingyuan, did you let him escape on purpose?
Me? I had no idea he might escape. Unlike you, my gaze never travels beyond the horizon. I take full responsibility. The Cloud Knights failed in their duty.
I can understand. There's a lot to take care of on the Xinzhou. You were bound to miss something. Thank goodness I'm here. On that note, perhaps it's about time you finally nominate me as your successor when the 6 charioteers next convene.
Yes. I have to go now. I'll leave this in your overwhelmingly capable hands, Fu Shen. There are 3 things in the world that I can't seem to rid myself of. The troubles of the Xianzhou, the papers on my desk, and the weeds in my garden.
General, Diviner Fu wants the General's position for herself. Everyone knows that.
She is very capable, but her intellect is burdened by a quick temper. I'll retire when she's achieved a better balance.
This Stellaron thing is easy. Blade escaped. Now we gotta go get him. Just say the word, and I'll solve this in a flash.
I can understand your impatience, and I know you want to prove yourself. Now is not the time. If you truly wish to become sword champion, you shouldn't be running around brandishing your sword at people. Especially not a major criminal.
You think I'd lose to Blade?
I'm saying you need to have patience, Yanqing. Governing Xianzhou is different from a sword fight. The only way to build momentum is to work slowly. Besides, we still don't know who's really moving the chess piece. There is something we must take care of before making our next move. As long as it remains unresolved, we're at a stalemate. That something is the Stellaron. How did it manage to bypass the Skyfaring Commission's inspections and the Divination Commission's predictions? Where is it now?
I say we bring those 2 Stellaron hunters before Diviner Fu. She'll get an answer out of them in no time.
I've asked our friends from the Express to take care of that for us. Worry not, you'll have your moment when the current stalemate is broken. You are my most trusted aide, and there are some things that I would only assign to you. Speaking of which, Yanqing... That boy. I suppose it is my fault. I should have given him an opportunity already. A sharp sword can't stay sheathed forever. My fear is that this might prove too big a setback. Bigger than his exuberance.
Folks, if you're looking for a place to wait out the storm, come.
Time well spent.
Bro, it's like you can't go anywhere in this fucking shit. You know what? Maybe that should be enough for today. Well, we did the side quests, and we somewhat continue on with the main story. So the next live stream will continue on, and I think I'll record then. I already wanted to do it today, but hardly nobody showed up except for Mr. E. He only lasted what, a couple of seconds. But that's usually how he does it. So, but thank you for stopping by, though. I appreciate it. Anybody else that was new to this live stream, new to this channel, or gonna watch another video once this live stream ends, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, give the video all some thumbs up. Also, I appreciate if you share this video to other people, let them know about my channel, live streams I do, gameplay recording, or anybody who's into open world games, or anybody who's into any game that involves Hoyoverse. That includes this game, Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact 3rd. Yeah, send them my way. So, like I said, 50-50 chance on my live stream Saturday. If I do, maybe I might go back to this game, or maybe Breath of the Wild. Who knows? So, thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time in part 10 live stream of Honkai Star Rail. Without any further ado,